Wichita was our 41st city on the tech tour this year, and by far the best stop of the tour, by far. I think we found a company to invest in. We're going to do a couple follow-up calls. I think the guys we brought to town really loved it, and I think there were some cool connections that happened because of that. And I think we made a lot of new friends. Like, it kind of felt really genuine here. It was just nice. And the food was good too. I mean, like, how can you hate a place that has good tacos everywhere? The thing I was really thinking about was, like, your first 10 customers or clients are going to be brute force. Like, you just need to be, like, out there. Like, you have to get, those first 10 are going to be about brute force. And then as that happens, you're going to start to tell more stories about that. And you'll start to build systems around growth. But but before anything else, it's about brute force. Like, going from 0 to 1 is the hardest thing. Think of yourselves as a media company that happened to do this. Your brand isn't what you say you are, it's how other people perceive you. Rule number 2 is you never, ever, ever pick a fight with an elephant head on or on its own home turf. And rule number 3, never forget the psychology, the hopes, fears, and dreams of the person trying to buy from you. If you understand their hopes, fears, and dreams better than they can even describe them, you can sell them anything. Everybody always wants like 1 million people to like click on their website, and that's hard. You're better off trying to get 1,000 people that like figure out how to build a tribe of 1,000 people that will buy anything you sell. What does it cost to say that you're an entrepreneur? It costs 0, right? And so your job as entrepreneurs is to say something very quickly that gets you out of that bucket. You want to really only hire people that believe in the same why as you, right? Like they say, like, hire for culture and train the skills you want. Like, I feel like I could train a monkey venture capital. That's not hard. What's hard is to take an asshole and turn them into not an asshole. After we leave here, I challenge you all individually that within 30 days, you need to be doing $1,000 a month as a side project. Like, whatever it is that you love doing, try to get one person to pay you $1 and focus on getting $1,000 a month in revenue. Within 30 days, that's achievable, right? Do that. In the worst case, you got an extra $1,000 a month to spend on whatever you want. And in the best case, that's the building block. You got to cross that chasm to get to 10,000. It's really fascinating. Like, I'm sitting here in Wichita. I didn't know what to expect, and here we are. We've met great entrepreneurs, some investors, the mayor, and all this other stuff. But like, then you have companies like this who started 4 years ago, have 100 employees, and they reach, I guess, tens of millions of people every day. It's just kind of cool. It's like sort of a reminder that you really can build a tech-enabled business anywhere.
I keep saying I'm not going to be surprised when we come to one of these cities and we find great companies and energetic entrepreneurs. But the reality is, coming to Wichita, I was surprised. I was expecting this to be one of the quieter stops. Most entrepreneurs are strong personalities, so they believe that they're right. So when you're sitting down there and you're giving them advice, they're saying, no, this is why I'm right. So you're constantly having this philosophical argument. You need to go find someone who's going to challenge you. If you really want to invent things, if that's what drives your fire, then you want to find somebody who challenges you, who can be the entrepreneur side of the team. Number 1 tip I would tell an entrepreneur: make sure that your pitch is rock solid and that you can give it in 30 seconds. You're not going to get a lot of time with an investor. You want to make sure you can lead with your traction, how much money you're making, and how big the opportunity is.
For donut lovers.
Everyone is an expert in something. These are sources of ideas. I think most great ideas are the accumulation of lots of little ideas that you decide to smash together in a way that's more unique than anybody else. Your job is to figure out how to manage your time and your resources to get some validation. You're competing with 10 other pitches they heard that week or that month, right? And so how do you separate yourself from those? And the best way to separate is having traction. And again, the recipe's different for all different people, but you got to show people that you are less risky and that you're on a trajectory. And I would add, during this process, even if it takes you 2 years to get there, you'll be figuring out all the muscles you need, building email lists, doing all the things necessary. If not for that idea, your next idea, right? Because I believe in muscles, right? It's like muscle memory and all that kind of
I
stuff.
see that. But I think now what we have to start to do at the local and at the city level and frankly at the state level throughout the Midwest is start to really, really ask ourselves what we intend to do to grow more entrepreneurs. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, simply put, what happens in the entrepreneurial sector here in Wichita, across Kansas, and frankly across the entire Midwest is going to dictate the future of this country. And again, I admit, I don't know fully what that means yet, but that's why I'm doing this whole thing.